Hello, my loves, and how are you guys doing? Today, we are going to be talking about how to manifest through challenges. When you're in that waiting period, you know it's done. You believe so much that you are creating reality, right? That your mind is creating your reality. You believe this to your core, and you are being intentional about changing your thoughts. You are being intentional about maintaining your frequency, the frequency that's in alignment with what you want. You are being intentional about staying in gratitude, staying in the present moment. Yet you're constantly met with challenges. You're in that waiting period where you're like, how long is it going to take for everything to actualize, for my manifestation to materialize? This video is for you. It's going to help you, to guide you and to support you through that waiting period, and to support you when dealing with the challenging circumstances that are inevitable, and how to change your perspective around these challenging circumstances. I am Beyond Taylor, and I am here to help you go beyond your self imposed limitations. So, before we start, the Beyond Collective is now open. If you are interested in group coaching, then join the monthly membership on School. The link is down below. And I can't wait to see you inside and to assist you in aligning with your ideal dream reality. So I get it. I know that when you're in the waiting period, when you are like knowing that it's done, but you're waiting for reality to align, and really you're not even waiting for reality to align. Reality is waiting for you to like fully accept this. And you haven't fully accepted it when you are still reacting to circumstances from your past identity, from your past self, because the challenges, they be challenging. Okay, I get it. I remember like when I first got into this, I really wanted to grow my TikTok at the time. And I was like, in the beginning, I was like in gratitude. I was just having fun with the creating process. And I started to grow really quickly. I started to grow my followers really quickly. My community was growing, and I was feeling really good. So then, of course, I had a new desire. New desire shot up. Of course, I don't sit in desire, because to desire means you don't have, which means that you are operating in lack. So I fulfilled myself within. I said I already have it. And on the road to my new desire, which was like, I really wanted to hit 50K. I was at 10K, and I was like, I really want to hit 50K followers on TikTok. The waiting period was so challenging because my old identity had not yet completely like drifted off and gone away. So it was still operating in lack. So when challenges would come up, like somebody else who I saw, we started at the same time, they were blowing up, right? They had videos go viral, one after the other, one after the other. And I would see that, and internally my body was like clench, and it would just like feel like my breath would get taken away every time that I would see that, because I was operating from the fact that, like, one, they were separate from me, two, that if they win, I lose, and three, where is my desire? Where is my manifestation? Because like I have been really diligent, and I've been really disciplined in my mental work and my mindset work, and like maintaining my vibration. Like, where is my desire? And again, being in that where is my desire means that I'm in the vibration of not having it. But I didn't know that back then. And that's what we about to talk about for real, because it's an embodied acceptance. So constantly getting triggered, and eventually I realized that, Taylor, that it's all the self. So how can you, the fact that you are reacting in this way means that you have not truly accepted the end. You're telling yourself you accepted the end, but internally you have not accepted the end. So I did eventually get to 50,000 followers. And by the time I got there, I was not happy, because I did not flow there. It was like this struggle, right? I was pushing and pulling with reality, just constantly pushing and pulling with reality, because I would just keep going to the fact that, like, accepting it, which a lot of you have accepted. Like I said, you've done the mental work. right? You're doing the gratitude practices, you're working on staying in the present moment, but you're still looking for your desire. You're still blaming your outer circumstances for why you're reacting the way that you're reacting. Well, maybe if my partner supported me, maybe if my parents understood me, maybe if my coworkers were on the same wavelength as me. Because I know a lot of you may live in a household where you have these big, amazing dreams. And you know that it's possible because you watch videos like mine and others that's telling you that you create your own reality. However, you have people around you that's like, be realistic. Look for a job, or like you need to stay with your job. You need to find a better paying job. You need to stop dreaming, get your head out of the clouds. So that's, and because of the fact that you think these people are outside of you and you're giving them so much power, you're constantly reacting to these challenges. When you're at work, you feel like these people are separate from you and they're not on your wavelength. So you are constantly reacting internally to their behaviors. In your relationship, you feel like your partner isn't just simply a reflection of you, because it's all just consciousness playing the mini. You're responding to them as if they're the problem. There are no problems. Maybe that may be hard to hear. There are no challenges. Maybe that may be hard to hear. But all of that is just mental. You can simply decide that everything is okay, because it truly is like this. And that's not just something to say because it sounds good, like everything's okay. No, literally everything is okay. It's just the narration that's telling you that it's not. Which is why it's so important to prioritize resting in the present moment. Because when you're in the present moment, you're not caught up with what your mind is telling you about your challenging circumstances. You're not caught up in the fact that your mind is telling you that your desire isn't here yet and that you're waiting and that other people are winning. All of that goes away when you're in the present moment. And when you're in the present moment, you're so fulfilled within that you're literally not in lack, because everything you need is in this moment. And again, this is not just like some theory or because it sounds good and it's positive and, raised up. No. When you start to prioritize nothing else but staying as alert as you can to your experience, you will see that you are inherently fulfilled. You are inherently loved. You are inherently whole and enough and abundant now. It's only your thoughts that's telling you otherwise. That's it. That's all. Even with challenges, there are no problems out there. It's only your thoughts that's like, oh, this person is, doing this to me. This circumstance is causing me to react in this way. Going to this place is triggering. Being home with my family, they don't get it. They're triggering. What if you decided to just tell another story? Your mind should be your ally, because if not, it's always going to be your master. And your mind is only about maintaining its identity as a separate self. So as much as it can create problems to make it seem that others are separate from you, it's going to do that. Your job is to see beyond the illusion of separation and only use the mind to collaborate, to create, and to spread love. That's it. That's the only purpose that I see for and I mean to communicate and like make sense out of the world. But I mean, even that's a stretch, because it's all taking care of itself and it's all so perfect and everything is well. All is well. So practically, when you are being met with challenging circumstances, when you are in that waiting period, can you give it to yourself now? Tell yourself that you're not waiting and that you're already there. Go straight to the end. This is what I tell my clients. Like, we are not creating this routine and doing the emotional work so that we can align with our ideal reality. We're doing it so we can take off the blinders that's preventing us from seeing that we are already there. That's it. There's nowhere to go. It's only ever now. Now, 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 now. It's nowhere to go, no one to become. Like people always say, becoming her. You are already her or him. It's just about seeing it. And when you're doing the actions of becoming her, you're doing the actions because you are already her. And this is what she would do. When I'm just saying her, I mean like your ideal self. Or him, your ideal self. You're not becoming these people. You are already that. The actions are just proof and evidence of the fact that you are. So don't think that that's another thing. Like when you are manifesting your reality and you're in this waiting period, again, going back to my example of like building my social media platform on any platform that I go on when I'm working on building it, I already give it to myself internally now. So for me, I'm already at 100K subscribers. And I know so many of you in the comments, I love y'all because y'all be like, you go get there so quickly. And I know. I've been sick for the last week and just busy. So, but I'm back consistent, y'all. And I'm about to be posting like 2 or 3 videos a week because I got a lot to say and I love to talk. And like this is my outlet. And I love to talk to y'all and like support you in your journey. So I'm here because this is my identity. It's not about getting to 100K subscribers. I'm already at it. I don't care what that number says. I don't post videos in order to gain to get views, to build attraction, so people can subscribe to my channel. I post videos because it's who I am and it's what I do. I have 100K subscribers. It's just a complete acceptance. And when challenging circumstances arise, because I'll be honest, right? The challenging circumstances will arise where, you experience growth and then it seems like stagnation. But that stagnation is just because you're constantly looking. For me, it's the checking the analytics. Constantly checking my analytics. What's going on? How this video is doing. That's lack. That's operating in lack. That's not trusting that it's already done. If I was already at my goal, why would I be looking for it? It's already mine. And I want you to think the same way. And then when challenging circumstances come up, like, again, seeing others who come on this platform or any platform that I'm growing on, because I love just creating content, creating videos. I'm an artist at heart and this is my medium. So whatever your art is, when you looking around at other people and you feel like they're getting much further ahead than you in such a short amount of time, and you feel like, oh, this is a challenge because you're triggered by it, that's not a challenge. All you have to do is remember that it's just a self. Always Russ in this song, I think Manifest in his song Manifest, always celebrating what I want to see more of. I probably said that way off tune. I don't know why. It didn't sound right the way when it came out. But I'm always celebrating what I want to see more of. So as soon as I start to look at others and I'm feeling this lack and I'm feeling some sense of jealousy, which is normal, I just remember that that's coming from this sense of thinking that they're separate from me and that everything is not just consciousness. And that they are on the same vibration as me. So I celebrate it. Yes. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Great job. Because when I'm in that, I'm vibrating in those higher frequencies when I'm in this celebration energy. And being in those higher frequencies, guess what? Reality has no choice but to match that back to me. When you are constantly in the frequency of challenges and obstacles and problems, guess what you go get more of? Challenges, obstacles, and problems. Simply decide that it's not a problem. That's it. Make a decision. Make a decision that you are in your ideal reality now. Make a decision that challenges, obstacles, and problems don't exist. I like to say they're opportunities. They're opportunities for me to either go deeper within myself, either for me to feel more deeply, or something. Like, it's always an opportunity. It's never a problem. Because if it's a problem, then I'm constantly looking for solutions and I'm making the problem valid. That's a lot of things. Like, even with this video, like the video, I don't even know what I'm going to title it, but if you're like, well, how can I maintain my frequency on the road to my desire, or how can I get through the challenges? By even asking the question, you're making it real. Don't even stop. Ask different questions. And again, I'm gonna make these videos because when you watch them, I wanted to ignite you to remember that you are creating all of this, because consciousness is what creates. And you are consciousness. You are not the limited self, which is your body and your mind. You are I am. And what is I am consenting to within? What is I am even consenting to without? Because as within, so without. So whatever you are consenting to without, which means that you are just heavily attached to, heavily invested in. Withdraw your investment and your attachment and just remain as I am, which is awareness. You are always aware. So you can't not be aware. Even if you close your eyes, shut your ears, you're still going to be aware of the fact that your eyes are closed and your ears are shut. You're going to be aware of silence. You're going to be aware of darkness because you're always aware. You are always I am. So that is your true nature. What I am is aware of, again, it changes. Your thoughts change, how you look change, what you're looking at changes. But the fact that you are looking, that never changes. That is who you are. That is who everyone is. We all say I am. Ask anybody their name. Ask anybody who they are. I don't care what language they speak. There's a way that they say I am X, Y, and Z. Because that is your name. I am is your name. I am is your identity. So now that you know this, simply don't say I am aware of problems. I am aware of challenges. I am aware of circumstances. Simply drop it. Now again, this all sounds amazing, but if you've been doing this work for a while and you're like, I listen to videos like this all the time, it makes sense to me, I feel good while I'm listening to it, but then when I'm out in the real world and I'm facing and I'm, in front of things that don't make me feel in this high alignment and these high vibrations, how do I handle that? Learning how to sit with your emotions, which is a lot of what I help my clients do in the 3-month program, Cash Flow Conscious Creators, where I help creators get paid for being them by assuming their way into that reality, because it's already existed, just about changing the assumptions about it. And the biggest block is this emotional block, and it really is this receiving wound. Now, I talked about that on my Instagram. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Beyond Taylor. But I talked about that on my Instagram. It's this receiving wound. It's this wound of not feeling worthy enough to receive what you're asking for. Because I'm telling you, reality, you're not waiting for reality to shift. Reality is waiting for you to be open to receiving. But if you're constantly closing yourself off from receiving because of this receiving wound that you may have received in your childhood. For example, my mom, she would always tell me whenever she bought me something, especially my first car, you have no idea the sacrifices that I made. So for me, I did not want anybody to give me anything because I always felt like it came with something. It was always conditional. I grew up in a very conditional home. And of course, going through the forgiveness practice, forgiving my mom for that because it wasn't her fault. But that made me close off to receiving good things. So even though I knew all this, I still couldn't allow myself to receive because I had this wound that I hadn't attended to. And maybe you have this wound that you haven't attended to, right? You have a hard time receiving compliments for your work. You have a hard time receiving help or asking for help. You have a hard time charging for your work or setting fair prices because you have a receiving wound. So then when you're met with these challenges, you're feeling like, well, I'm doing all the work. But the main work, if you have been doing all the work and everything that I said, you like, girl, I already do all that and I'm with you and I get it and I know I'm the creator. I know I'm not separate. All of this is known, but there's still this block. There's still this resistance. It doesn't matter how much I know these things. I'm still being triggered. I can call them opportunities and not call them problems. I'm still being triggered. Emotional blocks that need to just be felt. And you need to be supported and you need to be seen and feeling these emotions. Which is why the Beyond Collective is so important. We have conversations about this every other week. And even deeper level of support is the one-on-one, which you can apply down below by booking a call, which is what I help my clients do, is really break through these blocks by recognizing who they truly are and not becoming afraid of these emotions. Because a lot of times these emotions, they just want to be felt. That's it. So when you're met with challenges and you're being triggered by your family or your work environment or your significant other or your children, whoever it may be, that emotion just wants to be felt. That's it. That's all. What's the best way to feel this emotion? By recognizing who you truly are, which is just I am awareness. Staying with that, staying with the I amness in the awareness, which means like, can you identify with what's aware of the experience and not what you are aware of, which is your body and your mind. That's a difficult initially shift to have, that perspective shift. But that's what I help my clients learn how to do, is like shift that perspective. Because for so often we're looking out of our eyes, like really identifying with the body and the mind, which means that we are immune, I don't know if that's the right word, to like what the body and the mind has to go through, and like this huge belief in separation. But once you identify with who you really are, which is just the I am and the awareness, which is just a subtle perspective shift, very subtle perspective shift. And I mean, you can just do this, like meditate enough, practice mindfulness. You'll start to shift into that, and then start questioning self-inquiry, like constantly questioning the self. Who am I? Constantly questioning the nature of the self. That shift is very subtle. It's very subtle. But you'll experience that perspective shift, and you'll realize that this is nothing but a dream, your own dream. This is nothing but consciousness. So you stop taking this stuff so serious. You stop taking problems as problems and challenges as challenges, and all that stuff. All that stuff just kind of falls away when you know who you truly are. And then when you have that, and then it's so much easier to work with the emotions, because it's not as it doesn't feel as heavy, because you are so light. You are weightless. You are formless. You are limitless. You are so light. Even to say that doesn't describe the transcendentness that you are. You transcend all limits. So when you identify with that, you have so much capacity to hold those challenging emotions, to be in any challenging situation and alchemize it and transmute it to one of love. That's what you can do. That's what you're always doing anyway. You are always manifesting. Manifestation is a forever infinite process that's never not being done. It's just about doing it consciously by accepting the end. Accept the end. When I just accept it, that I'm at 100K, that's it. I don't care what my subscribers say right now. I'm at 100K. Ooh, sorry. I just had to beat on my chest. Because I'm already there. I feel it, and I'm so grateful about it. And I'm not constantly looking for the confirmation of it. I don't need the confirmation to know it within, because creation is finished. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. I assume it, and then I show up as the person who's already doing it. I'm not showing up to get it. Don't show up to get anything in your reality. Don't show up to manifest anything. You're putting the cart before the horse. You show up because you are it. And then you accept it. And then any uncomfortability that comes, you rest as the I am. And you allow it. And then you recognize that everything is just one. And then you love it. Is this landing with anyone? Let me know if it's landing. Let me know if it's landing. Because y'all know I would just go on these tangents, and it's done. The money that you want, the relationship that you want, the community that you want, the recognition that you want, give it to yourself now. Don't wait for circumstances to change. And that circumstances are changing, don't say that you're waiting. Don't be looking for it, because that means you're operating in the frequency of not having it. Just give it to yourself. Know that it's done. Point blank, period. And in order to maintain that, your old self, the old frequency, will come in the form of uncomfortable emotions, circumstances, and people. Remain as the I am. Let it flow through you. Don't become attached. Remember who you are. And if you need support, you know where to find me in the Beyond Collective, or book a call 101. I'll be saying you guys so much more, because this is my creativity, right? This is how I create and express. And I love you guys. Follow me on Instagram. All that good stuff. That's all I got. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.